Let's continue presentations. Again, good afternoon for the faculties ng BSU and the future mechanical engineer. So before we start, ako ay it's my honor to deliver sa inyo itong presentations na binigay sa aking topic, more on performance evaluations ng power plant, operations, maintenance procedure, and commissionings. So with support ng inyong team for the cause of the transformative rhythm of power plants and HVAC system. Napakagandang topic for discussions. But before we continue, just to siguro when ako po ay masayang nagdi-deliver sa inyo ng ganitong presentations, it's my second time sa BSU. So nag-start din po ako as a normal student nung nasa BSU Pablo Borbon pa nung araw. So when I attended yung ganitong event na inano ng mga III inspection services, kung saan nagbigay sa akin ng idea to continue the pathways para pumunta sa oil and gas. Anyway, ano ba itong ating sinasabing in support nga po doon sa ating transformation rhythm of power plants and HVAC systems. So the topic is for power plants operations and maintenance and procedures and commissioning. But ano ba talaga ang aim why we are measuring more on performance evaluations? Bakit po? Bakit po natin mini-measure yun? So kung way back po, kung hindi ko lang siya ma-click yung Piper Alpha incident, where yun ang mga basis ng kung saan let me share the video, I believe, para maano natin magandang topic siguro, but we will shorten only the.
Hello everyone, I'm excited to introduce Bluesong, the new standard solution, 30 kilowatts and 50 kilowatts, all-in-one cabinet.
Hello there, fellow Internet Explorers. Now let's talk about something important, data privacy. You know that stuff we all think about right before we just get content. But these regulations don't do so much. The truth is, we're working with highly pressurized and flammable products while out at sea, far away from any medical facility, has some associated hazards that are simply escape. Furthermore, human and mechanical error can combine with these hazards to generate a dangerous situation very little time. Have we forgotten the suffering and pain, the survivors and the victims, the fire in our care, mothers and fathers forever? Hello there, fellow Internet Explorers. Now let's talk about something important, data privacy. You know that future regulatory landscape. The oil processing facility, gas. In 1988, Piper Alpha was scheduled to undergo a major overhaul that would include 6 projects. One of these Alpha's emergency was unable to room in large portions throughout the area would drip down to a platform below that was primarily used by tanks. Burning oil cooled on this platform and noxious smoke rising from it shrouded the entire rig with beautiful facility. Around 10:20 p.m., 70 to 80 surviving crew members gathered in the rig's gallery to frantically assess the best course of action.
Hindi ko makita yung mga short video ng Piper Alpha. Anyway, just to continue our presentation. So main purpose po ay to make it safe as we are the mechanical engineers or future mechanical engineer. How? So for evaluations of this one. So these presentations in continue po. Ano po ang objective of the presentations? So, ang una po ay to understand the methods of evaluating power plant performance. So, I will share, alam ko kayo ay 4th year student na. and then maybe all the theories and napag-aralan. Then we will relate it both and more. I will give a case study. So then the second is explore standard operations of maintenance OEM. Kung malagi ninyong maririnig itong OEM in the short, lalo pang nagtrabaho na po kayo sa field ng power plant, operations and maintenance procedures. So learn the key steps in commissioning a power plant and then discuss a real world application and industry practices. So magbigay po tayo ng example scenario during the presentations. So moving forward, so introduction to power plant performance evaluations. So we'll start on the definitions. Let's begin with the concept of performance evaluations. It is a structured process where kung saan mini-measure and analyze specific parameters to assess how well a power plant is operating. Yan po yung pinaka-objective kung paano mini-measure efficiency, of course, also the safety. So, and then, ano po ang importance nito? So, effective evaluations is vital. It ensures cost, so cost, efficiency, regulatory compliance, and minimize environmental impact. All critical in today's energy-conscious world. However, on these presentations, dapat po ay in a business, always cost-effective, but sa actual scenario, lagi pong safety, then reduce environmental impact, cost to become more sustainable, and meet the regulation compliance ng government o kung saan nag-ooperate. Then moving forward po tayo. So as part of this one, these are the main indicators on heat rate, measure fuel efficiency. So, and then capacity factors. Ito po yung key indicators kung paano po. Capacity factors. So, sa pag-aralan na siguro ninyo lahat ito, as part of the shows how often a plant is running at a maximum capacity. Ito po yung capacity factors, and then availability indicates uptime readiness. Then this efficiency quantifies useful output versus energy input. Yan po yung efficiency sa formula. Kumano natin. However, may mga corrective done after failures of breakdown. So it means continuous improvement. So makikita po natin yung mga key indicators nito. So heat rate, ito po yung how yung fuel efficiency. So kung gaano, parang nasa sasakyan din po ang power plant. Yung inyong maliit na kotse. So kung gaano ba yung kilometer per liter na nakukonsume. So yun po yung inaano kung sa madaling layman's term para maintindihan po ng bawat isa. So ito po ay, I believe, na pag-aralan, then we will relate it to the scenario that we will present sa ating discussions. So ano po ninyo kung medyo mabilis, but we have time limit, 1:28 up to 2:20, I believe, or 2:30 as per the invitations. 2:30, yeah. So we'll manage the time, of course. And then moving forward, so let's start with these performance indicators. So there's a breakdown. Heat rate. So we can see the kilojoule or kilowatt for the lower values. So it means a lower heat rate means better efficiency. So lower values indicate better efficiency. It's a critical in fuel cost management. So dito po mini-measure yun. Sabi nga, yung illustration sa kotse nyo. ilang liter per kilometer ang natatakbo or ilang kilometer per liter. So yan din po ang sa gastos. However, always I'm reminding as a practitioner, lagi pong safety. And then a lower heat means better efficiency. So you can see the efficiency. What is efficiency? This gives the overall conversion rate. And then I plant load factor. Pag nagtatrabaho na po kayo ng actual or even sa inyong pag-aaral, nakasalubong na rin po natin ang shows actual versus potential output. Kung ano pong ating indicates the actual utilization of installed capacity over time. And then this force outage rate. So ano po nito? So important for assessing reliability is and the impact of unscheduled downtime. So this force outage rate helps us understand reliability and unplanned downtimes. Ito po yung ating as an engineer, as a future mechanical engineer sa power plant, ito po yung role natin with the coordinations of other disciplines, of course, electrical and other disciplines. So methods of performance evaluations. So evaluation can be done through thermodynamic analysis, which is common sa bawat isa since 4th year na kayo, almost graduating, using energy. This is the first law, energy balance, and the second law, entropy and exergy to pinpoint inefficiencies. So this thermodynamic analysis and then may mga role din po sa bawat isa. So energy, may mga ng energy audits. So what is this? Detail assessment. May mga role, may mga iba po ang role na nito so detail assessment of where energy loss or could be better utilized. Ito po yung objective. Then may mga real-time monitoring system na po tayo ngayon, yung mga SCADA sa ating TCS. So this digital system continuously track performance metrics and alert operator to issue. Ito po yung mata ng operations or ng operator sa power plant or even sa oil and gas to see kung may mga alarm, may mga permissive na hindi nasusunod or normal lang operations. And then if so ang ay periodic benchmarking. So ito ay compares performance against industry standard. So or manufacturer design data to identify gaps and areas for improvement. So as a mechanical engineer or a future mechanical engineer, ito po yung role natin. Lalo po yung sa part namin, I've been in different role in reliability, maintenance. So ito po, yung SCADA and DCS, I will mention is an instrument na ginagamit po as an indicator and recording as well. Then it's also give alarm kung may mga problema. So nyo po kung may mga and we can discuss or sa question and answer. So continue. So operation procedure. So I will discuss only high level of this topic. Dahil napakalaking scope po ito. So operation procedure, routine checks and SOP. Ano pa ito? Standard procedure, operation efficiency begin with well-defined procedure. And then ano po ito? Always. Lalo po sa mga power plant, may mga OEM, first gas sa Siemens. So I will repeat, operational efficiency saan nagsisimula? In the well-defined procedure. And then the procedure, kaya may mga ISO, we will do what is written and then we will record what we are doing. Like we are improving sa madaling salita. Yun po ang purpose. And then I will repeat the routine checks and SOPs, a standard. This is a proper startup and shutdown. These are the foundations of the data. So the standard procedure of operator to ensure all systems are functioning normally. Yun po ang routine checks. Yung mga routine. So yung LLF, look, listen, and feel. So pag operator, ito po yung normal sa operations. Yung LLF na sinasabi, yung very basic, look, mag-observe ka, pupunta ka, magagabay ka ng mga pressure, temperature, and other vibrations, listen, and everything. Then you will compare it, then you will record it as part of the SOP. Okay, yun po ang sinasabi sa routine checks. And then, yung pong standard procedure ng mga operators. So, i-compare po natin yung mga parameters na given sa isang PSV, sa isang system, sa turbine, vibration, indication ng sa power plant, we like other gas plant and other industry, we have a rotating and static as part of mechanical. Rotating yung mga umiikot turbine, and then static is a connecting piping vessels to complete the system para po maintindihan natin. So then going back to the startup and shutdown sequence. Yes. So ito po yung so proper startup and shutdown. Shutdown sequence prevent stress and damage. So kalimitan po saan nangyayari ang problema kapag po tayo ay may mga outage or emergency shutdown, and then ang problema po lalo kung long shutdown like 2 months, 1 month, i-return. So or pag-i-start ng decommissioning. So ito po ay napakahalaga to parang sa kotse natin, i-start agad natin. Although sa kotse, may mga permissive na ngayon nowadays, not like before. Pwedeng i-start. Now, we have some control system na may mga permissive. So, by the way, we'll continue. Start and shutdown sequences. Structured process that minimize stresses on equipment and ensure safety during transitions. So, napakahalaga po ito. So, it's a basic one, but marami po ang nakakalimot. So kung paano po i-decommission para po magkaroon ng maintenance o regular routine, or kung may mga leak na dapat i-attend ng maintenance. So napakahalaga po ang SOPs na inaano ng OEM. And then continue, control room monitoring. So i-remind ko yung proper startup and shutdown sequence prevents stress and damage. So for the control room, use digital system for continuous monitoring. Sa control room, nowadays, common sa mga power plant and other industry, dito po sa tulong ng mga DCS, SCADA, and other like, yun po ang centralized tracking of system using instrument and digital interfaces. Ito rin po ang nagre-record, nagbibigay ng alarm, and then nagpapa-verify po sa field kung may mga requirement to adjust or may mga unsafe condition na first na nanonotice. Ito po yung ng control room monitoring. And continue, operation procedures. So fuel handling and management. So further, we must ensure that efficient fuel handling and management. So I will repeat. As a mechanical or future mechanical engineer, part of the is fuel handling and management. So, sa strong adherence to safety protocols and emergency procedure to prevent incidents. Napakalaking bagay po ito. So, may mga kung magtatrabaho po tayo sa oil and gas, lalo sa power plant, magtrabaho po tayo talaga ng maigi kasi isang mistake natin, it will cause gusto ko sanang mapanood din yung Piper Alpha na sa isang handover lang na standard procedure, nag-bolt tightening lang ang na handover na i-operate. So yung deviation noon dahil nagmamadali during the transition or the handover, nag-flatten ng buong planta o ng buong offshore at marami ang namatay. So this is very, very important. Then yung fuel handling, meron akong kakilala nung kami nag-uumpisa way back 1997, yung mga cadet engineer kami. So dahil wise guy, yung katamadan system, sana ating being a mechanical or future mechanical engineer ay iiwasan natin. Lalo po yung mga rutina So may mga taong nagkukwenta na lang sa fuel handling, merong tangke, i-estimate or i-compute kung routine ilang oras ang fuel delivery from the tank to the tank farm at matutulog na. So may instance na sa BP Batangas Power Plant, BPC, natulog yung engineer at na nagkaroon ng incident na natanggal doon sa pinag-aanuhan, nag-overflow at nagkaroon ng environmental So anong ibig sabihin? Hindi lang machine, tao. Kung tayo magtatrabaho, we need to do our part. Yung machine is a secondary. The most dangerous component sa planta ay yung moving tao na hindi siya competent or competent pero routine na ang trabaho, naging complacent. So yung future mechanical engineer students, magiging papasok kayo sa ganitong field, kung ganito po ang inyong responsibility, medyo malaki ang sweldo compare sa ibang industry. However, yung responsibility to operate the equipment, to operate the plant, to follow the procedure, it must be adhered. So, sorry for the side comments, but bago ko makalimutan. Then, moving forward, maintenance procedures. So, na po tayo sa another topic po. So sa maintenance procedure, we will tackle po dito yung maintenance is categorized into 3 category. So, type of maintenance. So, ito po yung preventive maintenance, predictive maintenance, and corrective maintenance. So dito po sa tatlong topic na ito, so ano po yung preventive maintenance? So from the word preventive, so ginagawa po yung maintenance as per the operation installation manual and routine schedule to avoid breakdown. So bago po mag-breakdown, katulad ng ating kotse, every 5,000 kilometer, kahit walang nararamdaman, or 6 months, whichever comes first, i-change oil na natin. Yun po ang preventive maintenance para ma-prevent. And yun po ang typical example yun din po ang sa mga power plant, may mga routine checks po as an engine based on the running hours, based on the requirement of the plant. So we need to adhere that one. Ano po yung predictive maintenance? Use data analytics and sensor to forecast and prevent failure. So may mga instrument nowadays na or nung araw is based on the running time, katulad ng ginagawa, and then based on the data, pinipredict kung magpi-failure or before failure, hindi na inaantay din. So hindi siya pa naka-schedule, pero based on the performance, ay ginagawa na po ang maintenance before failure. Then corrective maintenance, ito po yung ayaw natin. So repairs or replacement after failure. So nag-fail na. So kalimitan po yung PM versus CM, yun po ang measurement ng efficient maintenance. So yan po. Ang predictive is very high level na po yan using instrument and analytics. So nai-improve natin minsan napuprolong natin yung schedule based on the given data. Even sa mga piping, pressure vessel, if we know the remaining life, we can adjust the schedule accordingly. Yun po yung mga example po nito, types of maintenance and applications. So for to continue with, so modern plants use CMMS. Ano ba yung CMMS? It's a tools. Ano pong type of tools ito? So it's a computerized maintenance management system to streamline tasks. These tools schedule daily checks, monthly service, and major overhaul system. So ito po ay nung araw, mano-mano. But imagine kung may 1,000 or more than 1,000 pipings and rotating equipment including turbine, that's very difficult without the tools. So kaya maraming failure because of the human error or the capacity to handle na human. Kaya nag-generate po or na-create po itong computer maintenance management system na known sa ibang planta, pag US is Maximo, o po European, it is a SAP, SAP. So ito po ang ginagamit ng mga planning. So scheduling includes daily inspections, monthly servicing, and major overhauls, annual or biannually, depending on plant requirement as mentioned na doon sa ating naunang type of inspection. So sa preventive maintenance, this target is always preventive maintenance. Also, nire-record din po nito ang corrective. And then the data is used to predict para po umano sa second level ng ating maintenance. So moving forward, so that's another topic po ay commissioning process overview. So sa commissioning, ensure a plant is ready to operate as designed. It includes everything from the design validation to final test before full-scale operations. So yan po yung definition ng commissioning. Ano po ang application nito? Ito po ay pwede po sa new, from construction, first commissioning. Pwede din po ito so after the outage or repair, eco-commissions. So, however, in this term, kalimitan po ito known sa mga industry, from construction to commissions. However, wag po tayong maano doon sa in-service every time na magkakaroon ng shutdown or regular shutdown, yung commissioning, and they follow same routine procedures. So, moving forward, time checks 1:45. Ano po yung ating stages ng commissioning? There are 3 key stages ng commissioning: pre-commissioning, commissioning, and post-commissioning. So ano po ang pagkakaiba nitong pre-commissioning? Pre-commissioning, inspection, calibration, and dry run. So sa pre-com, yung tinatawag na pre-com, ito po ang tinitingnan. We inspect, yung calibration, and then there is a dry run. So not fully loaded. Sometimes ito po ay pinatatakbo na walang load yung ibang equipment or leak test yung iba pre-com. Then there is a commissioning. Ano po yung live testing na with actual load. So walang load. Yung pre-com, minsan walang load. Yung mismong commissioning, ito na yung live testing. So part of the commissioning is a live testing with actual loads and operating condition. So after that, there is a post-commissioning. Tinitingnan naman kung fine-tuning, operator training, and final approval for full-scale operations. So makikita na ang parameters ay na-meet during commissioning, pwede nang i-continue into full-scale operations. Yan po yung pagkakaiba ng 3 stages ng commissioning sa high level po. So, key players in commissioning. Sino-sino? Sabi nga, commissioning is a team effort. Ito po ay OEM suppliers, ensure proper installations. So in EPC, what is EPC? Laging makakasalubong po natin ito, lalo pupunta po tayo sa constructions and commissioning, engineering, procurement, and construction contractor. So ano po ito? Ito po yung mga nagko-construct like MHI, water parson, Flordanian. So from engineering concept based on the requirement ng power plant or ng project, and then after that, pag na-approve ang engineering concept and engineering design, it will go to the purchasing ng mga materials and manpower and everything, and then after that, full construction based on the required schedule. Yan po yung EPC. So that's part of the team. And then may mga OEM suppliers, which is the, as I mentioned, operation and equipment manufacturer. Then there also this is ensure proper installation during that one. Engineers and technicians that run the system. Safety officer enforce compliance. Of course, government inspectors provide certification. Not only certifications, is to manage kung safe ang constructions. Actually, nami-misconcept ng marami, ano ba ang role ng mga DOLE or government agency? Actually, dapat ang role nila is to ensure na ma-ooperate ng safe as they are the representative of the regulatory board. So yan po yung team. Sinasabi ko nga again, commissioning is a team effort. So ito po lahat ang part ng commissioning. More on typical is from construction to operations. So ulitin, EPC contractor, OEM suppliers, anong bawat role nila. So ang EPC contractor responsible for the design and overall constructions of the power plant. OEM suppliers, original equipment manufacturers, provide equipment, and are often involved in commissioning to ensure correct installation and calibration and operations. And then engineers, technicians, and other discipline carry out hands-on testing, troubleshooting during commissioning. Hindi po mawawala ang mga safety officers. Kung makikita nyo po, ito po ay lahat ay possible role ng ating mechanical engineers, mga future mechanical safety officer. Ensure all commissioning activities are carried out in compliance with safety standards. Sila po ang tumitingin, mata, para makita na in compliance sa lahat ng requirements. So, ang government regulatory, same again also, is an external or a government to certify that the plant meets legal and environmental standard before commercial operation. So, before we, sa other slide, ito po ay magiging, kung nag-iisip po kayo, ano ba ang role ng mechanical engineer? Ito po ang iba't ibang role ng mechanical engineer. Pwede po kayo sa EPC contractor, sa magdi-design, construct, rotating engineer, static engineer, piping engineer, so on and so forth. OEM suppliers also. You become an OEM representative na mag-supply ng mga equipment, software to operate and supply the equipment. Yung mga mechanical engineers operate mechanical equipment or maintaining the equipment or installing the equipment. Yan po ang mga role natin as a mechanical engineer. Bago po tayo lumagdaw. Safety officer, I really appreciate ang program ng BSU, may mga COS, BOSS, safety na yung mga SO2. Pwede po tayong maging isang role natin ay safety technician, safety officer, safety engineer, safety manager. Role din po yan at yan po ay malaking part ng operations ng power plant. Then kung tayo naman po ay nasa government, sa DOLE, tayo po ang mag-audit at mag-i-ensure na nagko-comply ang mga planta. Yan po ang ating mga trabaho, future engineers. I-sinide ko and ko lang para sa discussion. So, and continue, key players in commissioning. So, the EPC contractor plays a central role. They handle design and procurement, construction, ensuring the plant is delivered on time and meets all standard. So yan po yung role ng EPC contractor as mentioned. And then yung other players as mentioned, so ano ang responsibility? Key responsibility, develops the technical design, so specification for the power plant including structural, mechanical, electrical, and civil aspects. Then procurement, sources and purchase all necessary materials, components, and equipment needed for the project. Construction. So, ang procurement po yung pagbili. Yung engineering, yung ating design concept, actual designs, and everything. Yung procurement is a word for purchasing ng mga components. And then construction. So, actual construct. From the word construct, dito na manage the entire construction process including site preparation, yung moving from civil to equipment installation and coordination of labor and subcontractors. Makikita nyo na po diyan ang role natin mga future mechanical engineers. So mamimili lang po kayo and you need the proper pathway. So ano po yung OEM supplies provide the essential machinery. So, provide essential machinery from turbines to control system The role in commissioning to confirm the correct setup and calibration. So yan po yung role ng OEM. So makikita niyo natin po, provide equipment and open involves in commissioning. So OEM supplier are companies that design, manufacture, and supply specialized equipment, including special manpower or subject matter expert for the construction and operations of the power plant. These suppliers provide critical machinery and system in turbine, pumps, blowers, such as boilers, generators, control system, and the key equipment tailored to meet the specific requirements of the project. So yan po ang role ng OEM, like Siemens sa first gas. So ano po ang key responsibility ng OEM? So OEM responsible includes supplying the equipment as mentioned, equipment supply. So deliver high quality technical specified equipment that is essential to the plant operations. And then offering installation and commissioning support. Yan po yan. And then provide after sales service and training. So sila po yung provide ng troubleshooting kapag during operation may mga sira. Lagi po tayong refer to the OEM. It's a common. So, yan po yung key responsibility ng OEM. Equipment supply, installation support, commissioning assistant. Yan po yung nagpa-participate, testing, calibration, startup of the equipment to ensure it performs according to the design specification. So, may mga designer din po sila at mga expert or subject matter expert. Then moving forward for commissioning part, engineers and technicians. So these are the hands-on professional. They test system, troubleshoot, and ensure part is ready for safe operations. Yan po yung engineers, technicians. So carry out hands-on testing. So these are the technical professionals responsible for performing hands-on testing, troubleshoot, and fine-tuning the system and equipment during the commissioning phase of a power plant project. They ensure that every component operates correctly and safely before the plant becomes full. So may mga punch list before commissioning, pre-testing, pre-commissioning, leak testing, hydro testing, solo run, yan po yung mga term at mga ginagawa before the actual commissioning. At ang pinaka-player po dyan ay ang technician actually. And then by supervisions of the engineers, which tayo po. So nakikita nyo natin po yung mga role natin as future mechanical engineer. For the engineer and technician role, so we can see what is their key roles and responsibility. Testing, key tasks includes testing and calibrations, resolving technical issues, documentary, everything is for future reference and compliance. Yan po ang ginagawa ng technician and engineers, lalo po ang technicians. So this is, I will repeat, testing, conduct detailed tests on mechanical, and then it's a combination of discipline with electrical and control system to verify performance against the design specifications. So as part also, sila din po ang tinitraining ng OEM para mag-operate, mag-commission o mag-testing. So, and then also as a maintenance, sila din po yung troubleshooting, identify and resolve any technical issues or malfunction that arise during startup. And then the last, calibration and adjustment sa pagpa-fine-tuning and calibrate instrument. Yun. And then there is a very important, as I mentioned, yung pagdo-documentation and report is very, very important to arrive po doon sa predictive for future reference and compliance. May mga power plant po, katulad namin nung nasa JG, sa yung Wärtsilä naming engine sa West Point, ang magandang system na nakita ko ay meron silang I think 6 months na rotation. 6 months operations and then magiging maintenance. Yung maintenance magiging operation. So they practice both. So maganda din po 'yon. Ang sa Malampayan naman nung araw kami sa power plant namin and even the main system, may mga operations na hinire na sinasabing full-blooded operation. Ano po ang ibig sabihin nun? Ang kanyang experience from day one ay operate ng equipment. Pero may 20% workforce ang operations na previous maintenance. Ano pong purpose? Para po sa middle of the night, minor troubleshooting, may kaagapay po ang operation na may alam sa maintenance. Hindi yung ang ibang planta kasi magkaiba ang maintenance po kaysa operations. So may mga planta na nagpa-practice nowadays na meron silang second D. Sa during operation, mayroon silang kasamang maintenance. At sa Malampaya, mayroong part ng operation ay maintenance experience. So moving forward, sa 159, ayan, documentation, record test result, adjustment, and any corrective action taken which are essential for compliance and future maintenance. Actually, not only a corrective action, even preventive maintenance needs to record. So to support kung paano natin i-adjust ang frequency or i-downgrade, i-upgrade or i-downgrade ang frequency ng maintenance. That will call also a budget. So yan po yung ano. And then collaboration, that is one of most important. Collaboration means work closely with the OEM, supplier, EPC contractor, and plant operator to ensure a smooth and successful commissioning process. So part of the key players is safety officer. Safety. So sa lahat po ng mga power plant and even other industry, ay napakalaking role po. And isa din po ito sa ating, nasabi ko nga, magiging profession as a mechanical engineer. So these safety officers make sure no corners are cut. They ensure very activity follows safety standards during the high-risk commissioning phase. So during the commissioning, magkakaroon po ng punch testing, and part of the one that conducting a punch list is a safety officers. So safety officers are responsible for overseeing all health, safety, environmental aspect during the commissioning phase of a power plant project. Their main role is to ensure that all activities are carried out safely in full compliance with local regulation, company policy, and international safety standard. Actually, even sa construction na diyan po ang safety. And even po during in service, sila din po ang nag-i-ensure na ang mga job hazard analysis is based on the standard or which is coming from the experience of the other company or and other regulations. So yan po ang role ng safety officers in the commissioning. So another in the players is ano po ang responsibility nito ng officers. So they manage risk assessments, permits, toolbox talks, site inspections, and investigation of incident or near misses. Yan po yung mga main role ng safety officers and responsibility. So kung iisa-isahin po natin ito, yung risk assessment, ano po yung risk assessment? So identify potential hazard and conduct safety risk assessment before commissioning activity begins. So ina-identify po sa pass list na covered po lahat, na comply lahat. Parang tatawid ka ng kalsada, i-assess mo ang risk. Titingin ka sa left, titingin sa right, kung walang sasakyan, you will go. Or gaanong kalayo ang sasakyan. Yan po ang typical example sa layman's term. Permit to work system, mapapakinig niyo po ito day to day pag nagtrabaho na pa kayo kahit saan aspect ng industry, including sa power plant in construction and installation. So implement and manage safety permit for tasks involving high risk, such as electrical testing, confined space entry, or working at heights. So ano po yung sinasabi nila, yung mga high risk, yung mga ng lifting, electrical testing, lalo po sa mga substation or high voltage. So may mga certification po ang nagko-conduct na yan at may mga requirements about sa confined space entry. Very, very important po yan. So marami pong namamatay due to the complaisance. So requirement of the yung gas testing, anong required oxygen level, and then working at heights using ng harness, scaffolding, and etc. So yan po yung particular activity and event na inaano. And before that, nasusulat po yun sa PTW, which is permit. Naroon po ang job hazard analysis, which is step by step ng mga activities and ano mga mitigations. So yun po yung role ng PTW kung ano, at makakasalubong natin yan lagi sa trabaho. Site inspections. Anong ginagawa ng safety officers? Regularly inspect the site to ensure safe working condition and adherence to safety procedure. May mga company po na ang safety is integrated sa mga tao. Katulad po sa amin, sa Malampay nung araw, wala po kaming safety officer sa planta, sa offshore o sa onshore. Pero everybody, yung supervisor and ikaw, ay requirement mo ang mag-comply sa safety. At you can see everyone at sasawayin mo kung nag-discomply. Ang safety officer ay pupunta lamang kapag may incident to participate sa incident investigation. So may mga iba't iba pong setup. Baka po pag nagtrabaho tayo, sasabihin natin ay sinabi ni Engineer Aditi Pasupil ay may safety officer sa planta. Depende po sa planta orientation. Pero mostly for the commissioning and construction meron po. Safety training and briefing. So yan po ang role ng safety officer. Nagko-conduct po ng conduct safety inductions, toolbox talk to educate workers on best practice and emergency procedure. However, may mga in the permit, mayroong permit receiver and may permit issuer at may permit supervisor. So sa ibang setup ng planta, yung permit receiver, nagre-receive, permit issuer, nag-i-issue, and permit supervisor, siya po ang nagko-conduct ng toolbox talk para malaman ng each member ng team o na magtatrabaho ang risk and mitigation and paano po maiiwasan kung may mga emergency. So number 5, as part of the key responsibility ay incident reporting and investigation. Napakalaking role po at halaga ito. So document and investigate any near miss, incident or accident to prevent recurrence. So para po maiwasan, kahit po sa ating normal na bahay o sasakyan, dapat po din i-dokumenta natin para to reach to the point na ma-prevent nga and maano ng predictions. Then compliance monitoring, sila po ang ensure all commissioning tasks are performed using appropriate personal protective equipment. Yun ang PPE. Lagi po inyong makakasalamuhan. Personal protective and safety protocols. Moving forward po, sa commissioning, government regulatory inspectors. Yan po yung mga DOLE o city engineers. A key responsibility. Ito po yung verify that everything aligns with the safety, environment, and legal standard before the plant goes operational. Yan po ang pinaka main role ng ating government and regulatory inspectors. So, ang sinasabi, ang kanilang compliance verifications, assess whether the plant design, construction, and commissioning meet national and international code standard and regulations. Environmental review, to ensure that plant's operation will not negatively impact the environment. So, checking for proper emission control, waste management, and pollution prevention measure. Yan po ay straightforward po na nagpo-comply to protect our environment. Safety and operational inspection, so that will inspect equipment and system to confirm that safety protocols, emergency system, and operational procedures are in place and functional. Then permit approval. So ito po ang sila po ang na issue necessary licenses or operational permit once all requirements are met. Ito po. Kaya po sila ang pumipirma. But dapat po ay sila competent at pinupuntahan or tinitingnan at nire-review physically documents, and then document review. Ito po, evaluate commissioning record, test result, and certification from contractors and OEM to confirm compliance. Mostly po dahil sa dami ng aksidente, yung pong boiler ang kanilang malimit na mahaba or malaki po yung time to check. And then in service, may mandatory po na bine-verify po ng DOLE ang pag-maintenance and operations ng bawat equipment ng power plant, especially the boilers. So, and then public and worker safety assurance. So, ensure that plant's operation does not pose a risk to workers or surrounding communities. So, ito po yung ating katapusan ng topic. Now is 2:08, so we have still 22 minutes. So I prepare a case study. Meron po ba tayong tanong or we'll proceed po siguro para ma-comply natin ng oras. So I get some case study po. Hindi natin ma-discuss everything, but at least one case study, turbine efficiency optimization project. So overview ng case study. A major initiative was launched to improve the efficiency in one of the main power generating turbines at Oryx ETL, which had shown signs of degraded performance over the years. Action taken: conducted detailed performance evaluation using SCADA data and thermodynamic analysis, and then identify excessive heat rate and drop in efficiency due to fouling and wear in turbine blades. Then collaborate with OEM and maintenance teams for real alignment and precision blade replacements. Use predictive maintenance to implement long-term condition monitoring. So yan po yung Oryx ETL degraded turbine po was upgraded using SCADA data and predictive tools. The result, ano po ang naging result? A 6.8% efficiency boost and a $850,000 in annual savings. Dahil po na-prevent po yung ibang damage before failure. So yun po yung essence po ng why we measure efficiency. Hindi lang po sa power, kundi sa safety, and then of course reduce the cost of maintenance and unsafe conditions. So yan po, achieve 6.8% increase in turbine efficiency, reduce force outage hours by 40%. Hindi pa po kasama dito yung loss of downtime to generate revenue. So ito po ay sample ng case study. So marami pa pong area. So another one siguro, what time? 2:11, we have still time. Commissioning of waste heat recovery unit. Ano po yung WHRU, waste recovery unit. So it's as part of Oryx ETL energy efficiency initiative, a waste heat recovery unit was integrated into the plant to capture the reused heat from exhaust gases. So overseeing pre-commissioning inspection, the thermal expansion alignment checks, pressure vessel integrity, and sensor calibration. So work with EPC and OEM teams to ensure installation align with ASME and API codes. Participate in live commissioning with full load simulation and emergency trip tests. Verify compliance with regulatory standard for emissions and thermal efficiency. And then what is the outcome? Ano po yung naging outcome? Ito po ay high level lang and very detailed po, ay napakadaming task po nito sa mga planning and activities. So ang naging outcome, commissioning completed 5 days ahead of schedule. That's the importance of the proper planning. And then recovered heat energy contributed to an overplant thermal efficiency improvement of 4.2%. Yan po yung naging outcome. So following the preventive maintenance will result. That will be because failure. Reduce carbon emission by 2,500 tons annually. So yan po yung ating sustainable commitment right now sa environment in operations and maintenance of the power plant nowadays. Still time, 2:13. Let's continue case study 3. Digital CMMS implementation for inspection and maintenance. So ito naman po ay sa maintenance and sa technical team. So objective po, digital. Paano po yung sabihin digital ng computer maintenance management system, yung CMMS, which is like SAP. So modernize inspection workflow and shift from reactive to predictive maintenance strategy. So ulitin po yung key dito, shift from a reactive. Ano ba yung reactive? Like a firefighting. Ano ba pag pinagsabing firefighting strategy? Kung kailan lang may sunog, kung kailan lang may failure, saka magme-maintenance. So ito po yung shifting to predictive. Bago pa mag-fail, kakalate ang remaining life assessment, pressure vessel, piping, and even alignment of the turbine and other rotating, gagawin na po as part of the strategy. Ito po ang role ng mga integrity engineer or reliability engineer. As a mechanical engineer, future mechanical engineer, yun po rin ang role as a mechanical engineer. Pwede po tayong reliability engineer, which means from the whole reliable, you are the one strategize, nagko-conduct ng strategy, nagsusulat ng strategy, nagbabalidate ng strategy. So these implementations introduce a new computer maintenance management system, CMMS, across mechanical and inspection units. Dahil why? So as I mentioned earlier, kung tayo po ay may 1,000 piping, 300 equipment, kung tayo po ay walang CMMS, spreadsheet only, very difficult because of the human capacity. Yan po ibig sabihin yan. And develop custom inspection template for static and rotating equipment. Static ay mga hindi kumikibong part ng system like piping, vessel. Ang rotating po, lahat po ng umiikot. Turbine, pumps, blowers, yan po ang ano. So develop custom inspection template. So may mga best practices na rin po. Kalimitan may mga mother company po tayo katulad ng Oryx, meron pong Qatar Petroleum or Qatar Energy and Sasol. So we can tailor-make the best practice and those written in the ASME and other operational manual and UEM. So integrated CMS with vibration and temperature sensor for real-time monitoring. So ang iba from the CMMS, nagko-connect ng online vibrations, lalo ang major equipment like turbine, and then naka-integrate po ito sa ating DCS, Direct Control System, DCS, kung saan makikita natin po before tumataas ng vibration so we can predict and then we can schedule the maintenance before failure. And then to continue about train technicians and engineers on predictive data interpretation. So continuous training ng mga tao, training with the OEM, ng mga technicians and engineers to evaluate the data, to gather the data and evaluate to reach the predictive stage of maintenance. But garbage in, garbage out. Kung kahit anong ganda ng ating CMMS, ng ating DCS, we are not doing the training of the technician and the engineers is useless. So what is the achievement? Reduce unplanned shutdown by 25% in the first year, which is normal po ito pag gagawin. And then improve inspection report turnaround time by 30%. So hindi na po nadadamage. Parang ating sasakyan kung lagi tayo nagpapa. By the way, kung kayo po ay may sasakyan, just piece of advice, pag kayo po ay nagpapa-kilometer check, in between, kailangan nyo pong chine-check din po ang mga brakes, brake pad, and brake discs. Ang iba, normally sa mga Pilipino, sa Pilipinas, hindi po. That will cause additional cost. Dapat po ay nare-record ninyo, you are a future mechanical engineer. So dapat alam po nyo ang rate of wear bago po tayo mawala ng preno. Mas malaki po ang cost kapag nawala ng preno kasi kung hindi po pina-check sa mga mechanic. Kalimitan po 5,000 km hindi chine-check. So makikita rin natin po yung driver kung gaano tayo mag-check. Ma-appreciate po natin ang pagpupreno. So yun po ay isang typical example ng ganito. Bago mawala ng preno, pinapacheck na. It's additional cost, but mas malaki ang kung hindi natin alam. And then kung napipredict na po natin, not necessary every kilometers reading, pwedeng every 10,000 or 20,000 saka tayo magpapacheck. However, we need to know the data. Yun din po ang typical example. So increase asset reliability and extended the life cycle of critical components. Still 2:18, I will maximize my time, dear student. So what is the lesson learned and best practices? So key lesson include cross-functional collaborations is essential. Digital tools like DCS and CMMS enable smarter decision. Standard SOPs and proper documentation are vital for the compliance and safety. And then, of course, the regulatory readiness and documentation from the inspections, site streamlines, final certification, and audit. So, yun nga po ang pinakamaganda dito, yung cross-functional collaborations with EPCs and OEM. Very important po. Huwag po tayo magmamaruno kung hindi po tayo trained. I mean, marami po, previous siguro in the history, may mga, I will not name drop the name of the company. Meron pong sa confined space na hilo dahil po ng hydrocarbon gas. So nakita nung isang tao, kasama niya na hilo, hindi naman siya trained, sinaklolohan niya, nahilo din siya. So we need to think, bago po tayo tumulong, are we trained? Are we have a proper equipment? We have meron po tayong scuba. Kung hindi po, first is to get the radio, call the attention of the of the control room, announce, and get the proper guy na magre-rescue. Huwag po tayo maging part ng problem at biktima. That's what I mean in the actual world. Even kung hindi po tayo driver, huwag po nating i-drive ang sasakyan. Makakabangga tayo. That's also a layman's example. So real-time monitoring tools. So yung malalaki pong company, meron nga po itong mga DCS and CMMS naka-direct. May mga trending po sila ng temperature, pressure, and everything. And that is invaluable of predictive analysis. So that dictate. And mai-study kung ano ang nangyaring abnormalities. So standardization on SOPs, improvement, operator response, and equipment longevity. So may mga SOP po ang OEM. However, kung kayo nagtrabaho, tayo pong mga nasa operations, day to day, pwede po, na hindi minsan nakikita kasi minsan copy and paste din. So may mga like sa ASME sometimes siya ng carbon steel. Hindi niya nakita yung process. During operation, may corrosions because of the acid or hindi nakita. As per the ASME, hindi kailangan ng PWHT. Ano ba ang role ng PWHT? Post-will treatment to stress relief. So walang stress relief. So nagkaroon ng stress corrosion cracking. So may mga bagay-bagay na hindi lang dumaan sa DCS. May mga operations parameters din that we need to consider. That's why we have an API 579, 571, damage mechanism that we need to further study the effect of the component versus the operations and the elements. So may mga mix of collaborations with different disciplines and industries and other codes. So yan po minsan and then that's why sa operating plant may mga management of change na we as a mechanical engineer are role to contribute to redesign, to improve the system. And then regulatory readiness, of course, the documentation from the inspections, site streamlines, final certification and audits. So what it means is really required. Why? Minsan makikita nyo po, napakamahal po ng mga APA inspector. Why? To become an APA inspector, they need to study, they need to do the training, and the certification, $940 per disciplines. So if we will erect a huge scaffolding, tons of dollars, and then ibibigay natin na hindi marunong mag-inspect, hindi marunong mag-UT, hindi marunong mag-align ng mga rotating equipment ng turbine, it's a useless. So it's supposed to be aligned and collaborate everything. Competency and training is very, very important, and to follow the regulations. So that's what the lesson learned and best practices must be followed accordingly. So what is the challenges and best practices? 7 minutes. Common issues includes, so common issues like poor designs or lack of skills can be derail projects, and best practice includes early stakeholder involvement, embracing digital tech, and regular skills upgrade and predictive strategies. So yan po ang from the common issues. Ano po ang inadequate design. Kasi minsan one-sided lang ang nakikita, as I mentioned. Lack of skill of labor. Minsan palakas ang system. Minsan kapatid nito, kamag-anak nito, is not the correct people. Poor maintenance. People na nagmamagaling sa planta, walang proper training, walang expertise, that is very dangerous, and the supply chain delay. So, yung pagbili ng cheaper is not always cheap. Bili tayo ng cheap. I'm not condemning China. Bago nasira before the next outage is more expensive. For example, before the Malampaya, $5 million in offshore. So isang PSB which is $600. So magpapakot ka to $300 or $400 made in what country, and then pag nag-paid $600 against $5 million a day. This is the way how the strategy needs to assess risk management. So early involvement of all stakeholders. So we need to shout, we need a proper reporting. So implementation of digital tools. Nowadays, AI is really good. However, need an expert to interpret. Need a trained people to interpret. Regular skills upgrades for technical staff. So always a routine training and assessment. That's why may mga trainer, nowadays mga planta, may mga sa power plant, may mga competency trainer, assessor to look the competency of the people. And then predictive maintenance and condition monitoring. So ito nga yung ating paulit-ulit laging sinasabi. So based on the digital equipment and training of the people, makakakuha tayo ng data to elevate the program of the company and the maintenance from preventive to predictive maintenance using the condition monitoring. Conclusion po. Natin na po tayo sa recap, which is 2:25, 5 minutes remaining on my time. I recap performance evaluations. So to wrap up, performance evaluation and OEM commissioning are all pillars of reliable plant operations. So a holistic boost efficiency and profitability. Let's continue pushing for excellence through training, technology, and high standard. So yan po yung ating recap ng ating mga pinag-aanuhan. So we will encourage all the actions, encourage stakeholders to invest in training, adopt modern technology, and maintain high standard for operations. Magtatanong, meron po akong kakilala, yung nasa school, talagang outstanding. Nagtatap po sa board exam because of sobrang siguro hindi na nag-rely sa operation standard, taksabog ang boiler. So we need really, hindi ko inaano na tayo ay magaling sa theory. It's really good and tools. However, we need really kaya sometimes yung huwag tayo maging overconfident din. We need confidence. However, it's supposed to be supported by a proper training and experience as well. And listen to the SOP. So ito po yung ating ginamit kong reference for the resources. Thank you very much. 2:27, 3 minutes from the schedule. Yeah. So back to you sa ating moderator. Thank you very much for giving me time to discuss. Any question po? I would like to hear sa inyo. Pag hindi ako po ang magtatanong, pag hindi po kayo ang nagtanong. So we will entertain, I think, as per the 10 minutes. So at least 5 questions, 3 to 5 questions that we can, gusto ko pong ma-hear kung may natutunan po ba kayo sa akin. Gusto ko pong as part of my community service. And then ang mahiling ko lang po pag kayo po ay naging mechanical engineers, like ako po noon, naging PME po ako sa chapter namin sa Qatar. Ako lang po ang nakapasa ng time namin, 2022. Medyo may conflict pa ang PRC at ang PSME. And then nag-mentor po ako. Nowadays, I think we have, in our chapter, kami po ang pinakamarami. Sa last ako, 30 na ang PME. After I pass, na ako po ang solo noon. na wala pong nag-mentor sa akin, kundi talagang sariling sikap. Meron naman natatanong sina Sir Maren, but in the chapters, no. And during the time, ang pag-attestation is 1,000 real, which is 16,000 pesos sa isa. So, yung dalawa, you need 32,000 pesos. Pero nung ako yung naging PME, binigay ko po ito ng libre. Kaya po, community service, hopefully, pag kayo po, dear student, lalo kung kayo po ay sa BSU gagraduate, pag kayo po ay nagkaroon ng enough na fund, and mag-ano po kayo, payback sa inyo, lalo sa BSU at sa society. So now is 2:29. So we have 11 minutes. Question po. Moderator, can you help me para mga online question or sa chat? Pwede nyo pong i-chat kung tayo po ay nahihiya na magtanong. Pero wala pong maling question. Kayo po ay nasa 4th year na. So Sir Denver, what is your question?
Ay, di ba? May nagtanong po from our FB Live. From Maria Rica Bianca M. Capistrano po. From
Yes,
ME4201.
Opo.
And her question is, for mechanical engineering students that are eyeing the path of the power plant industry, what skills are the most valuable that a mechanical engineer should possess in the power industry? Yun po ang kanyang tanong.
Napakaganda po ng tanong yan. However, kung napansin nyo po, during the time na dinidiscuss ko po yung ating topic, inano ko na po yung ating career path kung nasaan. So, pwede po tayong maging designer. So, pag ano po ang ating... pakiulit po ulit. Sorry kung para maano po natin. Ano po ulit yung question?
Ito po ay, for mechanical engineering students that are eyeing the path of the power plant industry, what skills are the most valuable that a mechanical engineer should possess in the power industry?
Okay. Maganda po, ayan. May mga, maswerte po yung iba, halimbawa, may kilala. Mapapasok agad kayo. Yan yung minsan hindi naiwasan, which is not bad, pero hindi po lahat ay may kakilala, na pwedeng, at pag may kakilala din po kayo, ang sinasabi ko nga, kailangan din po ninyo ng training kasi very dangerous po pag may kakilala lang at wala tayong alam. So ang skill, number 1 po, yung ginagawa nyo pong mga facilitate, leadership. Yan po ay number 1. Kung mayroon po kayo ng leadership, and then following instruction. Kailangan po, bakit? Magbabasa po kayo ng procedure. Tika po, yan. And then ang skills, so kung kayo po ay nasa maintenance, so meron kayo yung basic knowledge ng piping, welding, rotating equipment, condition monitoring like vibration, iisa-isahin po ninyo yan para ma-expose po kayo. Paano po kayo ma-expose pag newly graduate? Training. May mga training po ang test na nung araw. Diyan po ako nagsimula. You open the piping, although kayo po ay naghinang na, di ba? Pero you need to digest. I mean, magbabalik po kayo not only para matuto kayo marunong maghinang, pero quality ng hinang, quality ng welder, to qualify equipment, to qualify materials engineering. So dapat po kayo ay marunong dyan. So for the side naman ng rotating, yung sa mga it's a training ng OEM, sa turbina. Sa planning naman, kailangan kayo po ay may skill kasi iba't iba po yung sa planner, marunong kayo ng Primavera, which is project planner or management marunong kayo. Kahit po yung pagka-graduate ninyo, ang matutunan nyo po ay kalimitan po ang Primavera orientation natin sa mga newly graduate. Ang ina-attendan ko po dati sa Manila ay orientation ng civil. Pero yung pong S-curve, yung pong lahat ng parameters, lahat po ng pag-ooperate ay pareho. Tas lang ang papalitan nyo sa civil, yung kanilang pong pagpuputing, etc. Tayo po ay yung preparations ng fabrications, material, etc. Makukuha nyo po yan. Yan po ang isang skill. Ang isang skill kung planner kayo, marunong po kayo ng Primavera, project planning, and then yung mga sequence and tasks, materials. Kung kayo po ay maintenance, depende po sa maintenance. Rotating, static. Rotating, yung sa mga umiikot, like turbine, pumps, blowers, etc. May mga sa Maynaga, may mga basic training ng mga rotating diyan. Dapat umattend po kayo para ma-supplement. Bago kung papasok po kayo na cadet engineer, hindi po kayo lahat tuturuan as to the basic. Marunong po kayo sa materials engineering, kailangan mamasterin ninyo components ng mga equipment. Then anong role? Safety. Marunong po kayo sa cost, boss, risk assessments, job hazard analysis. Pwede po kayo maging safety officer. Audit. So mga standard regulations sa ano. So marami pong skills. Kailangan nyo lang po aling sa mga posisyon ng ina-eye nyo, and then you will go to the basic. So yun po. And ang number 1 is marunong mag-follow ng instruction and procedure. At saka matyaga. Back to you, Sir Binber. Kayo po ang moderator.
Yes po, engineer.
Hopefully, nasagot ko po yung tanong.
Okay po.
Sige
so,
po.
May question po tayo. Yan. Sir Noel Salvador Tigoy.
So, good afternoon po, Engineer De Pasupin. Ang tanong ko naman po ay, nagbabago po ba yung SOP po ng power plant simula po sa commissioning hanggang sa buong life cycle na po? Ano po yung madalas nagpapabago po sa SOP po?
Napakagandang tanong, Sir Noel. Thank you for that. As per, kung natatandaan niyo po ang discussion natin, ang SOP po, kasi kahit sa ASME, sa construction, ang ASME, ang mga OEM, ang mga SOP, sinusulat po yan, parang generic. Generic yan. However, during ating planta, parang bahay natin, kinonstruct. May window, may ganito. Pero during ang orientation pala nito ay mainit. Hindi na consider, walang canopy. Diba? Ang standard na ganun. So, through the years, lagi tayong susunod sa SOP. However, we will see the data. The data during our preventive maintenance and corrective maintenance and during the operation. Like a typical example sa one case study niya. Doon sa Oryx, meron kaming kinonstruct during operations. So, kinonstruct nila as per ASME, hindi kailangan ng PWHT. However, may yung components ng fluid inside ay nagkakaroon ng stress corrosion cracking, CSS. So, kailangan ngayong i-supplement. So, babasahin natin. May mga pagbabago naman ng SOP is based on the actual scenario and actual requirement ng plant. Pwedeng sa materials change, mag-change tayo. Hindi lang SOP, Sir Noel, even the material itself of components ng planta ay binabago minsan. Noon kami, yung aming burner, 1,100 ang aming autothermal. So every 2 months, ubos ang aming oxygen and gas burner, which is I think 320,000 euro ang isang burner, excluding the downtime na $3 million a day. So babaguhin ang SOP, babaguhin ang materials, So it will adapt. That's why may mga integrity engineer and reliability engineer as part of our course or our discipline. I've been very lucky din. I've been part of that. So in layman's term, lagi po nating o-observe. May mga API 571 na mababasa naman po tayo nowadays dun sa operations, and 579 sa ating to guide us yung mga iba't ibang case study. So as an engineer, magbabasa po tayo, magre-record po tayo ng data. Titingnan po natin sa operating parameters, sa mga diagram, temperature performance, pressure performance, and then performance ng equipment, and then the routine look, listen, and feel. And then from the data itself, being an integrity engineer or reliability engineer saying, nag-i-exceed tayo sa design temperature. Ang material na to na nakita ng ASME ay hindi nakita ng ang 571 API. Sometimes will not match everything. Parang shoes. Yung ating Euro size na 6 nagpunta sa Nike, iba nagpunta sa ganun din po. Na-adjust based on the performance. And as an engineer, otherwise, hindi na kailangan ng maintenance engineer. Lahat ay palit, gasket, on and off. That's why there's a maintenance engineer, reliability engineer, and an integrity engineer, which is our role in combination of metallurgy. So, nagbabago po yon. Both in operations, both on maintenance. That's why continuous improvement po ang ating strategy. Operation strategy, maintenance strategy, and integrity strategy. Thank you po, Sir Noel. Maganda pong question yon, Sir Noel. Back to you, Sir Denver. I hope nasagot ko, Sir Noel, ang inyong tanong. Back to you, Sir Denver.
So, yun po, no? Thank you po. Thank you po sa inyo, engineer. And thank you sa mga nagtanong ngayon. So, we are in, I think,
2:39. Yeah. So, I think it's called for today. Thank you very much.
I think we're done for our open forum. So, thank you, Engineer De Masupil, for generously sharing your time and expertise with our students. Your presentation was both engaging and informative, offering valuable insights that greatly enhanced the students' understanding the topic. So, thank you po again, Engineer.
Anytime po. Thank you po. I hope may natutunan po kayo today sa ating discussion. Thank you po.
And now, we are going to award the Certificate of Appreciation. This Certificate of Appreciation is hereby awarded to Engineer Andy M. De Masupil, PME, in deep appreciation of your invaluable contribution as a speaker in Pulse, the Transformative Rhythm of Power Plants and HVAC Systems, held on April 26, 2025, via Google Meet and Facebook Live. Your expertise, dedication, and insightful contribution plays an important role in the success of the event, enriching discussion and inspiring participants. Your generosity in sharing your time and expertise has left us a lasting impact on our students. So everyone here in Google Meet, kindly open our cameras for our photo OP. Okay, if you're ready, 1, 2, 3, smile.